Leadership for day-to-day life. Is leadership only specific to corporate world, or does it even apply to our personal lives? If you were to define leadership, how would you? Pause and think. Welcome to this Leadership Accelerator podcast. I am Harshal Waingankar, your host. Understand leadership like never before. At the end, I will connect all the dots to give you a holistic picture of leadership. So let's get started. After working with and learning from great leaders like Dr. John D. Martini, Blair Singer, Tony Robbins, to name a few, this is how I would define leadership. Leadership is leading people towards a common culture to achieve a common goal and in turn achieve a common vision. Let me repeat it again. Leadership is leading people towards a common culture to achieve a common goal and in turn achieve a common vision. One more perspective, or if I may add to this definition, is leadership is the way of life. Leadership is a series of qualities we develop to improvise as a human being and not to impress. Impression is the byproduct of it. So, are leadership qualities required only in the corporate world? What's the scope of leadership? Leadership starts with us. How do we do things when no one is watching us? Leaders are leaders everywhere and not just in their profession. For example, you are in your home and your kid is watching TV with you. You want him to go and study. You have two options. First, tell your kid to go and study and you keep watching TV. Second option, you switch off the TV and start reading a book and tell your kid to study. Which option is better? Of course, the second one. As a leader, always lead with example. Lead from the front. Hence, for me, leadership is the way of life. It applies to each and everything that we do. One more important perspective about leadership. Leadership is spiritual for me. Don't think of meditation when I talk about spirituality. Let me explain. It means leadership is an inward journey, changing from within at your core level first. Improvising. Someone who is loving by nature will be loving outside. Someone who is always angry within will be angry outside. Someone by nature is negative, they will talk negative even in the most positive situation. Another analogy is when you press a mango juice will come out, always. If orange juice comes out of a mango, that means that mango is fake. Simple. Leaders are authentic. So what's within comes outside. To give you another example of that, when someone is jealous of you within but trying to show how happy they are for you, that's the struggle most people go through to hide the inner true self, but someday you will know that they are fake. Once the trust and respect are lost, they are lost forever. Hence, a great leader will always align his or her feelings, thoughts and actions. Are you with me till here? Let's decode the leadership definition. As per the definition of leadership, we need to lead people towards a common culture to achieve a common goal and in turn achieve a bigger vision. First, let's look at an example of a common culture. Imagine a company that values honesty and transparency, for example. These values are reflected in its culture through open communication, feedback mechanism, and a flat organizational structure where employees feel comfortable sharing ideas and concerns without fear of repercussions. In this culture, honesty is not just a value written on a wall. It is ingrained in the way people interact and operate within the organization. That's how the people are trained in that organization. Let's look at an example of how a common culture helps in achieving a common goal. When company values honesty and transparency, they will train their employees to be honest and transparent with their clients and not make false promises or even cheat anyone. So while achieving their goals, they will always keep these values in their mind. Making sense? Now suppose the same company also values innovation and adaptability. In that case, a culture that values innovation and adaptability fosters an environment where employees are encouraged to think creatively, take risks, and adapt to changes. This mindset enables the company to respond quickly to market trends, customer needs, and competitive pressure, ultimately driving progress towards its end goal. So we spoke about common culture and a goal. Let's talk about vision. Every great leader or a company has a great vision, and that's what they strive towards to achieving it. For example, Nelson Mandela had a vision, and that's what he says: I have cherished the idea of a democratic and a free society in which all people live together in harmony and with equal opportunities. Walt Disney, to make people feel happy. That's their vision. Apple, to create innovative products that enrich people's lives. Now let's try to find out values from each of the vision statements above. Nelson Mandela says, I have cherished the idea of a democratic and free society in which all people live together in harmony and with equal opportunities. So the values that I can find in this statement are freedom, harmony, equality, and democracy. That's what he values, or he valued. What does Walt Disney value? To make people happy. So he values happiness, passion, and quality. Apple, to create innovative products that enrich people's lives. What does Apple value? Apple values innovation, quality, impact, and service. And for them, customer comes first. And if you see, all the values are customer driven. What do you think? Comment down values that you found out, that I have missed. These values will set the common culture to achieve a common goal and in turn, bigger vision. And this completes the definition of a leader. Like I mentioned, I will be connecting all the dots at the end, and I just did. So lead people towards a common culture to achieve a common goal and a bigger vision. This is how you think, feel, and act like a leader. So before we end, I have a homework for you. Find your top 5 values which defines your culture and creates a vision for your life. It does not have to be 100% perfect. It is an ongoing process, but at least start. And don't forget to like, share, and follow for more such powerful content. Next, we'll be talking about why most of the managers are hated. So when you become a manager, you don't make the same mistakes as others do. Till then, see you and God bless.